Sup, it's Hallie. Welcome back, at long last, to Club Meeting Season 2. When we last left off, well, we did Natsuki Quest in, like, all its entirety, which is utterly ridiculous, but it got its own playlist, so you don't know what's up with that. As far as you know, I was just starting it at the last of the previous episode, and I don't need any of these saves anymore, so I'm just gonna get rid of them real quick. I hope you don't mind. But anyway, yeah, if you wanted to see Natsuki Quest, it's got its own playlist, so you should go check that out. In the meantime, we've already cleared, like, the main body of Club Meetings Season 2's stuff. We're into, like, the extras now. I wanted to check out Yuri's mod to see what the rest of the routes were like. I considered giving it also its own playlist since it's somewhat involved itself. But since we already saw, like, one pass through it in the course of, like, Club Meeting Season 2 on its own, I decided it's not going to get its own playlist. It's just going to be added onto the thing, and we're going to see what results we can get otherwise. Why am I unable to skip this text? I've always been a shut-in who's had a hard time making friends. And now I've moved and I'd had to transfer to a new school, so I had to start from the very beginning. I'd probably make a fool of myself like I always do with people. I wish I weren't so bad at understanding people, or at being understood. I don't mind being lonely too much. It's just such a big handicap to not get people. Oh well. At least I have my books, no matter what happens. Time to get ready for the day. So did they copy-paste this whole thing too? Like, is the part in the script separate from this version? Oh well, maybe it's just as well. I walk slowly towards the school, lost in my own thoughts about what it will be like there. At least the neighborhood seems nice. I close my eyes and take a deep breath of fresh air. Hold it for a moment, then exhale. It is pleasant and invigorating. Ah. Suddenly I run into someone and knock them over. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. Are you alright? I offer a hand to help them up, and they grab it and stand. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Dang, you're tall. I guess from your uniform that you're a student at the same school as me? Yes, that is so. But I'm a transfer student, and today is my first day, so I don't really know anyone. Oh, well that's not a problem. I'd be happy to show you around if you like. You seem nice, and it's the least I can do. That would be very helpful, thank you. He's rather a good-looking, if somewhat goofy fellow. What to do? Okay, so, like, last time we kind of sort of ended up with, like, MC. Kind of, sort of, but we, like, sort of went neutral. I kind of want to just, not get close to anybody for the first pass and just eliminate those possibilities. Wait, I'm into girls. What am I saying? I always have trouble making friends in a new place. Good to make one early here. I appreciate it. Of course, no problem.
Hi, MC, and,
My name is Yuri.
Hi, Yuri. It's great to meet you.
She seems like quite the ray of sunshine. What should I say? A polite greeting. A pleasure to meet you as well. I take it you're also a new fellow student of mine?
That's right. MC and I walk together to school each day. Would you like to come with us?
I'd be delighted.
Oh, that reminds me. MC and I belong to this club at school and we really need another member. Do you happen to like literature? You know, like writing poetry, that kind of thing?
Maybe sometimes, but never really to large groups like that.
But it's a small group. It's just me and MC plus 2 other members. And we really need a 5th member to get officially recognized as a club. You should join.
I don't know.
We're gonna have cupcakes there today, eh?
Well, I can hardly say no to that.
Yay! This is a good decision, I promise.
How friendly of them. Hopefully the other two are just as nice. This might be really fun. The last class of my first day at this new school comes to a close. It has been an exceptionally dull day. Hopefully that club will liven things up a bit. I wonder how a literature club even works. Wait, I don't know how to get there. How am I going to find it?
Hi, Yuri, I found you!
So you have. Here to show me to the club?
That's right!
So if I may ask, what does a typical day look like in your club?
Oh, it's tons of fun! We read stuff and write poems and talk about stuff and it's just super fun!
Sounds like it.
Hurry, we're almost there!
She turns towards me and runs backwards while giggling. She seems excited. Then, not looking where she's going, she trips and falls.
Ow!
Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry, I'm kind
What should I do? Nothing. I watch as she slowly comes to her feet.
Anyway, we're over here now, basically. It's that door right there. Hey, everyone! I brought us a new club member. Oh, I see. Who's this? Let me introduce you all to our new member, Yuri. This is our fearless leader, Monica.
A pleasure to meet you.
Charmed, I'm sure. You already know what I'm saying.
That I do.
Yeah, this is Lutsky. Ugh, another boy, Sayori, honestly? The vibe in here is going to be totally ruined. So what's your deal then, Yuri? Don't mind her, she's always like this.
She seems like a lively one. What to do?
Oh, I didn't know there were 4 for this one. We'll tease her.
Oh, no worries, it's fine. I'm sure I'll be able to help you all civilize her in no time at all.
Ha ha! Aren't you just hilarious? Grab a cupcake and sit the fuck down, nerd.
Language, miss, language.
Just eat a damn cupcake!
I take one of the cat-shaped cupcakes I am being offered. The decoration is intricate and they look delicious. Natsuki must be a skilled baker. I take a bite. These are good. Maybe I should say something.
Not just enjoying quietly.
I quietly finish eating my cupcake. Sayori, MC, and Natsuki have started up an animated discussion about a recently released superhero film.
Pretty good cupcakes, huh?
I'll say. She's pretty good at that, huh?
She is. One of her many strengths.
Natsuki has now climbed onto a table, imitating the superhero from the movie, while Sayori and MC laugh loudly and applaud.
Along with perhaps a weakness or two.
There's a brief lull in the conversation.
Say nothing.
I let the moment pass. We watch for a while as the other members of the club frolic. Monica, it would seem, has the rare gift of enjoying and being able to continue silence. But after a while, it looks like she wants to get the club going again.
Okay, everyone, that's enough horsing around. Let's get serious now. Gather around.
We gather into a small group around Monica.
Today, I think we'll start with poem time. Just take a while, let's say 15 to 20 minutes, and just write a short poem. And then afterwards, we can do group feedback. Sound good? On it, Chief.
The rest of the club scatters to work on their poems quietly and alone. If I want to impress people, I should probably write a poem to produce a certain effect. I should think about what I know about the personalities of these people, and what kind of poetic strengths they might respect most. What kind of poem to write?
Alright, so it's like unavoidable. We have to like choose somebody on this one. I'll just stick with the... I can't remember which one I picked first, did I? Was it this one? I think I picked this one first, which was MC. Yeah, we'll just knock out the ones we've already seen, I guess.
The person I most want to impress seems like they'd appreciate sincere, unpretentious poems. Something honest and kind, and strong in that it shows vulnerability. I'll write a poem about my experience being socially awkward and trying to change that. That gives me some good ideas for phrasings, actually.
Alright, everyone, all finished. Pick someone to share with, and let's get started.
I wonder who I should share poems with first. Whoever I share with first will probably appreciate the gesture.
Yeah, we'll just knock this one out.
Hey, MC, you want to share poems first? Us guys have to stick together after all, right?
Oh wait, well hold on, there's 5 options for the poem sharing, so I guess one of these doesn't point to anybody. Right. Here's mine. Yeah, we already know that one.
Very impressive stuff, MC. It was has a simple, almost elementary quality to it. But that belies the profound point being made. I am deeply impressed, my good man.
Thanks. Let me take a look at what you have here.
MC takes my poem and reads it.
Wow, Yuri, this is really good. Like, really, really good. It almost makes me a little jealous. I wish I could write poems like this. The way you have all these cool words to express certain concepts is just wow.
Thank you so much, MC. You're very kind.
Well, what with this poem and picking me first, you should probably show your poem to somebody else now, though. Otherwise, the rest of the club might talk, you know.
I understand. I'll get right on that, then.
Yeah, good. Right down the line.
Would you like to share next, Monica?
Certainly. Here, have a look at mine.
It's that one.
The story is told clearly and incisively, but the meaning of the story is obscure.
Exactly.
I appreciate that. I think it's important to let the reader come to their own understanding of a poem's meaning.
And I agree. Now let's see what you have for me there.
Monica reads my poem.
I see. Very interesting. You most certainly have a style of your own. It's very novel to me. Never seen much like this before in poetry.
Does it appeal to you?
You know, it's hard to say. I'd have to think about it.
Well, if it's that murkily thought-provoking, I must be doing something right.
Clearly. All right, time for us to move along.
Who should I share with next?
Sayori.
Hi, Yuri. You want to read my poem?
Of course.
No.
A subtle poem. It appears on the surface to be very saccharine and blandly positive, albeit charming, but it hints at a much deeper psyche than it first appears. I wonder what lies in the profound depths of the soul that wrote this.
Not that much, really. Here, let me see yours now.
I hand my poem over to Sayori, who grabs it with both hands and reads it quickly.
Hey, great job, Yuri. Your poem was great.
I see. Did you, have any more detailed feedback for me?
Nope. Just a really good poem.
Very good then. I'll move along. And there's only one left.
Howdy, boss. Looks like you and me are next.
It does appear that way, yes. Can I see what you wrote today?
Yeah, here you go. Don't expect great things. Eagles can fly.
I was told not to expect great things, but this is excellent. A very cynical and sharp point is made using extremely simple language and structure. Poetry is all about efficient representation of ideas, and that's what this is. That you managed to create such a biting point so rapidly and clearly is very impressive.
Thanks. It's good that someone around here appreciates my genius. But hey, enough about me. Let's see what you did today.
I hand my poem over to Natsuki.
Meh.
Your critique is meh.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's just different from what I'm used to. But I think it's fine. It's very you. And I have a feeling someone around here probably would like or did like it. Oh, it's a lot more than I do. So I'll let you get right back to the club.
We'll have to look at those choices carefully and make sure we get the right ones for the right people at the right time.
Great poems today, everyone. Let's just relax for the rest of the club, eh? Free time.
Having fun so far?
Yes, it's been quite wonderful. Honestly, I'm surprised that there is such a thoughtful club at the school. It is nice to know that people think deeply about the written word. Tell me, MC, what do you all usually do for free time here?
Whatever we want, so long as it's vaguely literary. Sarah likes to write her poem for the next week. Monica is always working on some story she never actually shows us. I don't really have a set thing that I do. Usually I'm reading a sci-fi novel or something, though. And usually Natsuki reads manga. But as for you, again, whatever you want.
Good thing I came prepared then.
What do you mean?
I pull out the horror novel I'm reading and gesture to it. This could be an opportunity of sorts.
Read alone.
I think I'll just sit down and take this opportunity to make some progress on my book then.
Enjoy!
I will, thank you.
I'm probably gonna have to drop a lot of saves to see the rest of these possibilities.
I settled into one of the desks near a window and make some progress on my book. The atmosphere is slightly noisier and more chaotic than I am used to, but nothing disruptive. In a way, it's nice to have a small amount of activity and human energy around, like reading a book while nestled in a forest, perhaps. Only slightly more artificial. As I read, suddenly I notice something on the ground beneath one of the desks. It's a pink pen with a heart-shaped clicker at the end. Someone must have dropped this. It's a pretty cute pen. Should I try to give it back to its rightful owner?
Keep it for yourself.
What would I even do with this pen? It's a little girly for my taste to actually keep and use, and I'm not sure what else I could even do with it. Plus, though I do like pens, it probably belongs to someone else. Maybe even one of the club members. So yeah, should I try to give it back to its rightful owner?
Alright, well we know it's Monica's.
Oh, hey, that's my pen. Thank you so much for finding it. I've been looking all over for it. I know it sounds kind of silly, but that pen actually has a lot of sentimental value to me. Don't know what I would have done without it.
I hand Monica back her pen.
Thanks, you're kind of a sweetie, aren't you?
As Monica walks away, I feel myself blushing furiously. A few minutes later, as I'm back to reading my book, there suddenly comes the sound of raised voices from over by the closet. I can't quite make out what's being discussed, but Natsuki certainly seems very animated. I close my book and head over to investigate. What's going on over here?
We're trying to persuade Nazi that she did something wrong.
It's hopeless, but it needs to be done anyway.
It is hopeless. Because what I did was perfectly justified.
What did she do?
So there's this girl in one of Nazi's classes who always jumps to be the first person to answer questions. And she's just kind of a know-it-all and a big suck up to the teacher. And yesterday, apparently but she took it a little far for Natsuki's taste. I was in the middle of answering a question. And then she interrupts me without even raising her hand and says like, oh, but actually, it's really important to note that that happened in 1708 or whatever the fuck. And it's just like, honestly, get a life, you know?
That does indeed sound quite annoying, I suppose. What did you do?
Well, I may have gotten into her lunch bag today. And I may or may not have spiked all of her food with ghost pepper hot sauce. You should have seen her at lunch. It was amazing. She was literally rolling around the floor in pain. Just fantastic.
That's super mean, Natsuki. Not cool at all. You might have hurt her seriously.
Puff, she was fine. Just a little lesson. One she won't forget anytime soon. I don't think that's maybe a little too far. I don't feel like it's good to hurt people like that. Aw, come on. It was just a little bit of fun. Nothing serious happened to her. Monica, help me explain this to them. I most certainly will not. Natsuki, that was extremely irresponsible. And more than a little cruel. You should apologize. Ah, I cannot be the only person here who sees the justice on my actions. You all just don't get it. Yuri, you agree, right? I know you've got my back on this.
Honestly, I feel like I agree with everyone else here. That was a very mean thing to do. I'd probably look pretty bad to everyone else if I supported Natsuki in this. But at the same time, Natsuki seems like she values loyalty and sticking up for people you are close to. Even if they're wrong. So if I don't support her, she'll probably be very offended. I should think carefully about this.
No, we're still gonna do it. We'll save it for when we actually go for Natsuki.
I don't know, Natsuki. That does sound awfully dangerous. And definitely out of proportion to her offense, if any.
Ah, you're just like the rest of these bozos. Fine, I'll be over here reading manga because I am the only one here smart enough to appreciate it.
Is she alright?
Oh, she'll be fine. She's like this from time to time, but in maybe a minute, maybe a day, she'll be back to being freshly and friendly like nothing ever happened. I try to discourage her when she does things like this in the hope that it makes her a little more considerate.
Not that we've seen any evidence it's working, though.
Can you guys take your charming discussion elsewhere, please?
After a while, the club finishes up and everyone starts to head out. What a day. Natsuki sure was mad. But I guess that's just what she's like.
Have fun today.
Yes, indeed. It has been a genuine pleasure. You all are so warm and welcoming. Thank you so much for having me in your club.
It's your club too now. That's right. Heading home now.
I am.
Well, if you live close, I'm sure MC and Siri would be glad to walk with you for a ways at least. Or I could give you a ride if you live further away. Just let me know.
This is my best chance. If I'm going to make my move, as they say, I should probably go home with the person I'm interested in. Who should I go home with? No one. Oh, that's all right. I'll find my own way home. I don't want to be a bother. But thank you.
Hey, suit yourself. See you at the club next week.
Definitely.
Yay! See you then, Yuri.
Welcome again to the Literature Club.
Now, guys, don't go overwhelming him. He's a solitary person.
And that's really what I am. A solitary person who thrives best when he has his place, or space. I am still very happy that I made so many new friends today. Socializing a little bit is enjoyable, and no doubt dating and close relationships have an appeal, and perhaps I will pursue them in time. But for now, all I want are a good book and a cup of tea. Ah, contentment.
Ah, yes, and that is the ending we got when we did the playthrough originally. But now we're going to, go back and try to see some other possibilities. It wasn't all old stuff that time around, so, maybe maybe the episode is justified, maybe it isn't, maybe you hate my guts just for doing that, but whatever, we're not done with this, not nearly.